Oh yeah, guys, look at that. It is.
Super Mario Sunburn?
Super Mario Sunburn. Hello everyone and welcome to Super Mario Sunburn. You might ask, what is that? You know Super Mario Sunshine, of course, but what is Super Mario Sunburn? Super Mario Sunburn is a mod for Super Mario Sunshine released in 2024 by Epicwade and Joshua MK, as you can see at the bottom under the copyright Nintendo. This mod does a couple of things. We can already see something here. But yeah, this mod is essentially a vanilla plus mod, which means more or less it is the base game, but there are some like additional tweaks to the game, a lot of quality of life stuff. The best thing to show all of that off is by going into the options menu. The options menu is basically the very big thing this mod adds. You have a couple of options here, like the normal Super Mario Sunshine options, controller rumble on, sound mode, and movie subtitles. That's all normal. But then we have this, Better Sunshine Engine. And Better Sunshine Engine allows you to basically activate some better performance for Super Mario Sunshine. We have exploit and collision fixes, which basically fix some glitches and there are some collision issues in the game respectively. You can change the viewport if you would like. You can switch between Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, and 64 if you like that. But the two big things here are the aspect ratio, which is normally 4:3 because of course it was a GameCube game back in the day, but you can play it in 16:9 now. And that 16:9 is also not the, if you played Sunshine already with the cheat code, with the, I don't know, Gecko cheat code, I think. If you do that, you still have like the UI. The UI still is 4:3, which looks pretty awkward in some instances. But this aspect ratio here, 16:9, actually also makes it so that the UI works. And also the common issue that was there in the past with like objects that are not in the 4:3 frame basically did not appear, like there would piantas that suddenly pop up because they were not in the like 4:3 box. That also does not happen with the 16:9 in here, so this is basically a much better version of 16:9 Super Mario Sunshine that this mod here offers. Another big thing here is the frame rate. Normally the game is locked at 30 frames per second, but in this you can change this to 60 frames per second. There is a little tip I want to give you. I'm playing this on Dolphin, obviously. You can also play it on V, on a modded V if you would like, but I'm playing this on Dolphin. That also explains why the graphics overall are also much better. That's an additional thing that I made through Dolphin. That's not part of the mod here. That's something like done with the emulator. But another tip I want to give you here is if you play with 60 FPS, normally there's like this small issue where the game occasionally lags because it's never supposed to run at 60 frames per second. That's most noticeable if you use the hover nozzle. Usually when you use the hover nozzle with 60 FPS, that lags a lot. You can increase like the CPU clock or so in Dolphin. I have it on 200%, and if you do that, those little lags are gone, which is much better, of course. Be aware though that if you play other games on Dolphin, that might crash them. In this game, I did not notice any issues. Like I had a crash once, but I'm not even sure if that's related to the increased CPU clock. But raise the CPU clock to 200% if you play this with 60 FPS, and you should have a lag-free experience. Just a little tip there. Otherwise, you can invert the camera if you want to. Save prompts is also very interesting. We can have the prompts that all prompts appear, like if you collect a shine. If you collect a blue coin, it says, do you want to save? Yes, no, maybe. You can also make it so that it does not appear if you collect a blue coin. I have everything disabled. I have it set to autosave. So each time I collect something, it autosaves the game, which is pretty nice. especially with the aforementioned occasional crash that might happen. Shouldn't be the rule, but rather the exception, but still autosave is nice. Then we have some Super Mario Sunburn related stuff, specifically for Super Mario Sunburn. Let's talk about the win condition first. The win condition is basically what you have to do in order to reach Corona Mountain and beat the game. I have it set to 70 shines is wrong. I want to have it set to all Shadow Mario. That's the base game condition. You need to defeat all Shadow Marios in all stages, and then you can go to Corona Mountain, like the base game. If you don't like that, you can set it to 70 shines, which like mirrors the requirement for Bowser in 64. But I'm doing this because that allows me to have like a much better structured playthrough here. And then we have New Game Plus. New Game Plus is what you unlock in Super Mario Sunburn if you complete the game with 120 shines. This is like something very, very funny and makes the playthrough a lot more interesting because what New Game Plus does, it's not your it's actually quite misleading, New Game Plus, because it's not you start a new game and like everything carries over or so. New Game Plus is basically a hard mode because what New Game Plus does, first of all, Mario always only has half HP, so he has 4 units of health instead of the normal 8 units of health. That makes it harder, of course. Nothing too major in my opinion, because damage is never like the biggest issue of Sunshine, but makes it a little bit harder. But the interesting part, and that's the second thing New Game Plus does, you never get the hover nozzle. Instead, you start the stages with the turbo nozzle, and every hover nozzle box in the game is replaced by a turbo nozzle box. That makes the entire game like a whole different experience, because if you think about Super Mario Sunshine, you really are always using the hover nozzles, like in every instance, like it's such a prominent feature of the game, and playing without hover nozzle is super interesting because you are always so like reliant on the hover nozzle in most scenarios that it is quite a different game if you do not use the hover nozzle. But that's exactly what New Game Plus does. I can confirm that the entire game is finishable without the hover nozzle. I've already done so. I did some practice playthroughs for this playthrough here, so I should know a way around without the hover nozzle. There are certainly some very unique things, and some of the void level red coins become very, very hard without hover nozzle. But that's stuff we will see while we play. Otherwise, another big thing this mod adds are extended moves for Mario. The most and biggest thing is we have a long jump and a backflip, which are mapped to the L button. You can also make it so that it is the Z button, but I like L better. We have the long jump, which is your typical Mario long jump from 64, Galaxy, and so on. The backflip is already basically in the game, but you need to use FLUDD for that. And this mod enables you to do that without consuming water. Hover burst and hover slide are two things you will not see. Hover burst is something that you can use. You activate the hover nozzle and then press A, and you get like a small like jump increase or so. Hover slide I'm actually not sure about. I've never seen that. Otherwise, we have rocket dive, which is also something I'm not sure about. I would assume that you can dive out of rocket nozzle, but I think you can always do that. So I'm not really sure what rocket dive and hover slide are. Fast turbo, though, is something I know, and that's also very interesting. I will show you that once we are in the game. Fast dive rollout also on, also nice, makes the game more smooth, I guess. And also fall damage. Fall damage is another very interesting thing, especially with the half health that New Game Plus gives me. Dynamic makes it so that, well, fall damage is dynamic. It can deal a maximum of 4 units of health, I think, which is, of course, very something to look out for if you only have a maximum of 4 units of health. In the normal game, which is the normal setting here, you always, if you take fall damage, you always take 1 unit of health, but dynamic can deal more damage, depending on how far you fall. I think you also get fall damage earlier from like lower heights, at least from my experience, or at least it felt like it. But yeah, very interesting, makes the thing a little more spicy. And another thing to spice up is mirror mode. which I also enabled because that's also something the mod offers you and is something new you never see in the base game. Mirror mode mirrors the entire game, basically. Like imagine playing Ocarina of Time 3D and you play Hero mode, where the entire world is mirrored. Like, that's the same case here. Or imagine playing Twilight Princess on GameCube and then playing Twilight Princess on Wii, and that's basically mirror mode then. But yeah, those are all the settings that you can enable here. A lot of stuff, as you can see. A lot of cool stuff, like the engine and stuff. The moves, of course. The best thing of all, of course, is if you don't like all of this stuff, you can always turn it off. That is also important, because some of the options here do, of course, like have better performance, but there are certain scenarios where some of those options conflict a little bit with the base game. Most obvious one is the collision fixes. We need to disable that once we go to Sirena Beach, because you cannot like spin the wheels in the casino if you have collision fixes on, but I will mention that again once we go there. Frame rate at 60 FPS also does some weird things with the game because it was never supposed to run at 60 FPS. Most obvious one is PT Piranha, which has who has a much faster like cycle and stuff. But that's also all manageable, especially if you know the game. There shouldn't be too many issues. As I said, collision fixes is basically the worst thing that can happen. Like for all of the stuff the fixes do, there are like one or two things that do not work as smoothly as like they suggest. But I will mention them once we are there. For now, let's quit out of here and actually start the game. Super Mario Sunburn, also nice with the voice here.
Super Mario Sunburn.
Very nice. But yeah, you can see mirror mode at work here already. One thing to consider right now is this option here with the 5 shines is not number A here, because like that's still the far left one. It's number C, so this is the one I'm gonna erase. And we want to make this one 120 shine safe as well. Although you can already see there's 121, but that's also something I will talk about later. And this mod also adds some additional like content to the game, but that also depends on the version, but that's something I will mention later. For now, let's focus on completing the game. Obviously, I'm also doing a 100% playthrough here, like getting all the shines, all the blue coins, of course. I think that should be given, so let's start. Another nice thing Sunburn adds is the option to skip the cutscenes, like this. So yeah, we will not be watching cutscenes. And we are on the game. You can already see mirrored. Very nice stuff. This is the long jump, like you know from Mario games. Very nice stuff. This is the backflip. Cool stuff, right? Okay, let's continue with actually doing what we have to do, which is getting flat first, of course. Nope, don't want to hear that again. I didn't even listen. So yeah, we got flood and we need to take care of this ball of goop here. Which of course, when sprayed, spawns a Proto-Piranha. And the easiest way to defeat those guys is jumping and using the, like, spread shot, basically. If you don't know how to do that, you need to jump, spray, and keep hold the spray button, and then press A while mid-air, and Mario does this white spray, in case you never knew. And there we have our first shine. Nice. Oh, and there's also something you can hear right now. There's the jingle missing. That is something the 60 FPS does. At certain times, the music can cut out and never play. That's something related to the 60 FPS. That happens randomly, more or less. It is annoying, but if that happens, just restart the stage or so, or collect something else, another shine, and usually that fixes the music. Now I do not want to hear the explanation again. I want to move on. And music is gone again. Yeah, that also happens a lot, sadly. So no Delfino Plaza theme for now. Oh, there we go, never mind. It was just the jingle for, like, the stage preview, never mind. Okay, we are in Delfino Plaza, and, why is it lagging? Okay, never mind. Yeah, we are in Delfino Plaza, that was a weird lag, sorry. But yeah, at Delfino Plaza, we usually go to Bianco Hills from here on out. But another thing Super Mario Sunburn does is basically opening the entire game up. Besides all those nice options, Super Mario Sunburn also adds a lot of like gameplay tweaks here in this game. For instance, right now, instead of going to Bianco Hills, we could go to basically everywhere else we can reach, that is. And what I want to do is, I don't want to go to Bianco Hills, I want to go to Pinna Park. So Pinna Park is the first stage we will do in this. Ah, come on. Also here, oh god, there's a lot of stuff I need to show off. Yeah, we go to Pinna Park first, but let me show you some stuff first, because as you can see, we do not have the hover nozzle. The hover nozzle is something New Game Plus does not grant us, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, fast turbo nozzle, let me show you this. Let's go to the OpenSea here, and fast turbo nozzle is this. As you can see, much faster than the normal turbo nozzle, and also no startup for the turbo nozzle. This is very fun, as you can see. It makes it much harder to control, of course, because the speed is so insanely fast. But there's also a small trick. Depending on how strong you press the button, the burst of the turbo nozzle is slower. Like, if I just slightly press the button, it is much slower, as you can see. I think that's more like how it is in the base game. And if I fully press the button, it goes like this. Much faster. But yeah, there also are some options which allow you to like reduce and increase your speed if you use the turbo nozzle. Just press the button respectively. As you could see, if I hold it down completely much faster, just slightly, it's much slower. That will become important because a lot of the dumps are now reliant on using the turbo nozzle. That especially becomes important in Corona Mountain, which I have to do with a turbo nozzle instead of the hover nozzle. But yeah, for now, let's enter the first stage. My plan and like the structure I want to have here in this playthrough is I want to beat one stage per episode, 100% that is. And doing Pinna Park also has a particular reason. Because if we finish episode 4 in Pinna Park, we unlock Yoshi. And Yoshi is going to be important for a lot of stages actually. Because at least some of the... what was that? At least some of the blue coins, usually in basically all stages except Noki Bay, are locked behind Yoshi, so I would not be able to complete those stages if I did not have Yoshi yet. And could this guy please... Come on. Never mind, I wait for the next barrage. Also, you can see Mario only has 4 units of health. Nice, thank you. But yeah, basically I want to unlock Yoshi first by going to Pinna Park, because then I can do like everything in one go without having to revisit certain levels. Also, I picked up a blue coin and you could see oh nice. I hope that works, let's see. No, he is too far away, never mind. But yeah, I picked up the blue coin and there was not a save prompt. That's something the save prompt options do. I also need to be careful of the bullet bills, because once I get hit by them, they deal 3 units of health, which of course right now is a lot. Could you please fire one of those homing bullet bills again? That would be pretty nice. Come on. I hate that it is RNG. Oh, there we go. Yeah, follow me. Nice, thank you. I will not pick up the other ones yet. I could pick up this one here. I need to go to the beach at some point anyway, so I can do those cages later. Blue coin-wise, I will collect what is on the way, and if I'm missing something at the end of the episode, I will look it up and then I collect it. But usually I should know where all the blue coins are. And those are one... Oh, come on. Those are one of the very weird things I actually do remember the spots for. Because some of the blue coins in this game, if you ever 100% hit Super Mario Sunshine, you know that some of the blue coins in this game are absolutely cryptic beyond belief. Like, right here are some like blue coins that are like so unintuitive that you like basically cannot find them without a guide or so. Unless you spray the entire beach or so. But yeah, we are currently chasing Shadow Mario, who picked up Peach, except he did not at this stage in the game. Can I get this? Let's see, should work. If I did it correctly, yeah, I skipped the cutscene, nice. Good stuff. But yeah, I'm doing this first. There's also some stuff going on which I haven't shown you yet with like beating missions in certain orders and stuff. I show you that once you collect a shine properly in the stage, which will happen after we defeat Mecha Bowser. Can I snipe him? I guess I can. Nice, got him. Oh, come on. That bonsai bill, not bonsai bill, bullet bill is gonna hit me. I think I missed the rocket there, which is sad, because I fired too late. Good. I think one more hit and we should be finished here. Yeah, okay, you can also skip the cutscene here if you if you do the same thing with exit area at the right time, but I don't know the timing for that, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, we defeated Mecha Bowser, and usually, of course, we pick up the shine, get kicked out of the stage, and yeah, enter the stage again to the next episode. Super Mario Sunburn works a little bit differently. Let's collect the shine and see what happens. Shine get, guys. But yeah, you can see we are still in the stage. Haha. Yeah, that's the other big thing Super Mario Sunburn basically adds. Basically, with Super Mario Sunburn, all missions are available at all times, or at least most missions are available at all times. If you collect a shine, you do not get kicked out of the stage, and instead can continue in the stage and collect other shines and stuff. Like Super Mario 64, basically, except that you also do not get kicked out of the stage. But yeah, we could go and do some other stuff now. I will not really do that. I will leave the park now. Because another thing Super Mario Sunburn does is adding more loading zones, and basically the entire game is also open world now, which means we could go from Pinna Park to like other stages, which is also something I will show you off. Not in this episode, but probably next episode. But yeah, if we leave the park again, which is also normally not possible, we can select another episode, and that should also fix the audio in the game. Because as you could just hear, there was no music anymore. That's because we defeated Mecha Bowser, and I think after that no music plays in the park anymore. But yeah, while we are at the subject of not having to leave the stage, another thing Super Mario Sunburn does is adding a lot more coins to the stages. There are much more coins in the stages now, which is very noticeable here in Pinna Park, because Pinna Park, if you wanted to get the 100 coin shine, that was always a huge offender, since you always had the chance that you, like for example, if you go straight into the park, it is basically impossible to get the 100 coin shine, because the park itself basically does not have enough coins for getting the 100 shine coin. 100 coin shine, that way around. Also, I'm in danger now. Careful, I need to destroy some bullet bills here. Even though there are more coins in the stages now, I will probably do the same as always in Pinna Park and collect the 100 shine shine, 100 coin shine by destroying bullet bills here, because that's usually how you get the 100 coin shine in this stage, by continuously destroying the Monty's bullet bills, because the bullet bills always drop money. Was that all the cages? No, there's one left still. The sunflower is already starting to kick in. Right now I want to focus on doing some missions before I move on to like more like 100 coin stuff and such, and blue coin stuff. Because I want to get Yoshi first. Yoshi is also gonna be important inside the park. There are some jumps I can really use Yoshi for. And since Yoshi has some different like jumping properties compared to Mario. Like Yoshi in general has much higher jumps than Mario, and he also is like more floaty, which allows me to do some different stuff compared to Mario. Especially if Mario does not have the hover nozzle. So this is our first Void level. Void level is always a great part of the game because they are basically the most concentrated form of platforming in Super Mario Sunshine, which is always nice. Those Void levels with the long jump are of course a whole different experience compared to the normal game, because in the normal game you don't have the long jump. But in this, the long jump is absolutely MVP. There are a lot of things you would normally not be able to do with the long jump now. Long jump is also pretty fast, which is very nice for movement and stuff. Yeah, this stage here is not a great example of the long jump's added properties and possibilities. Of course, you still need to be a little bit careful, not that you like jump in the wrong direction, but yeah, this is it. This is probably the easiest Void level in the entire game, if you ask me. Also, since you do not get booted out of the stage, there's a pipe here that like does that for you, basically. And back to Pinna Park, and we can do mission 3 now. But I don't think we will do mission 3. We will go into the park and we will do some stuff there. And get some shines out of order, because that's also possible with the added possibilities Sunburn adds. I'm not gonna go to the beach. I think it would be a good time to get the 100 shine coin now. Basically, I also have to improvise a lot because everything is so open. I'm not locked into something specifically, so I always need to like decide on the fly what it is that I want to do, should do. But yeah, as I mentioned, those bullet bills always give you some money if you spray them. At times the Monty also fires a golden bullet bill, which awards more coins if destroyed. Hopefully we get a lot of those, because that makes it faster. I think I should already be fine. It should be safe to head into the park with this amount of coins right now. And of course, since everything is so open, there are also of course a lot of like min-maxing you could do by like doing stuff in certain orders and things. Careful, I'm in the danger zone again. Yeah, I'm much in the danger zone. Because those little guys are screwing me over a little bit. Yeah, but I need another one. One bullet bill will kill me right now. It's already something the New Game Plus makes much more interesting. Why did that hit me? I clearly jumped onto him. I think 60 FPS and collision fixes also do some wacky stuff with the hitboxes at times. I think the blooper, the giant blooper, is a good example of this, We already have 50 coins, as we could tell by hearing the... I almost said the level up noise, but it is a 1-up noise. Another thing, like another small goal I set for myself, but that's also very hard because I basically am not allowed to die. But one thing I would like to do is never return to Delfino Plaza, at least not until the very end when I have to go there to get the remaining shines there. That is possible with Sunburn because, like I said, the game is open world now basically. For example, you can see Rico Harbor there in the distance, like you can normally see Rico Harbor there. But I could, with the turbo nozzle now, I could just swim there and I would actually be in Rico Harbor. That's a very nice thing. And the same applies basically for a lot of other like stages too. There are also some entirely new connections between stages. Not just... I missed it, damn it. But for example, you can go from Bianco Hill straight to Pianta Village if you wanted to. There's like a new connection for that. That is not based on like seeing the stage like here. But like I said, I will show that off. But for now, I don't have a reason to head into a different stage. They should have more than enough money right now. I can pick up those 4 coins, which are also new. Also, I guess while I'm here, let's pick up the very cryptic blue coins on the beach here. There was one. And look at this. This is so Super Mario Sunshine, right? I should probably take care of the Monty first, because this guy is hella annoying. Which then again, no, I will not do that. I will keep that for the Sunflower mission, because when I do the Sunflowers, I would like to get rid of Monty anyways, so... I'm not doing that right now, keep that for later. But yeah, inside the park now. That will also be quite unusual, getting the 100 coin shine in the park. Because everything is so open and also because everything is like so and the coin works different. The coins basically work differently. Because all of that works different now. There are also some very odd scenarios now possible. You can get the like 100 coins shine in the void levels now, which is also pretty funny. Also, I'm trying to get that blue bird. Yeah, thank you. You need to kill everything that is blue in this game, basically. Nice. Everything that is blue does have a blue coin, basically. You could also see there was a red coin. The red coin star is also available in this. And we will probably combine that with the shine on top of the Ferris wheel. Red coins also a little bit different in this. Red coins now actually give you real coins, the same amount as in 64, which is 2 coins per red coin. Which also means that combining red coin missions with 100 coin shines is now much more like reasonable, because the red coins actually give you something in this. And there we have the 100 coin shine, yeah. Not messing that up again. Also pay attention to the coin counter. I already mentioned that, but the like coin counter is also a little bit different in this. I think if I went back to the like entrance here and go out, you did already see that there was the like episode select screen. But even though if I do that, I think I still keep my coin count, which also makes getting the 100 coins done much easier. Basically, getting 100 coins now is much less of a dedicated task than it is like a side task you do accomplish while exploring the stages, which is very nice. And in my opinion also greatly fits Super Mario Sunshine's level style. Super Mario Sunshine is great, by the way. Probably my favorite 3D Mario still, even though it's also very odd, and I do not like to say that, but it is a very unfinished game, Super Mario Sunshine. Like, you can really tell from like certain aspects in the game that the game does have some like questionable choices and some definitely unfinished stuff in it. Also, I did see that blue bird missed the jump, damn it. Come on. Yeah, okay. Let's do this guy. Also has a blue coin. Nice, got him. I need to be a little bit careful with the jumps because my when I'm recording my microphone is in the way a little bit. For example, jumping on that dude there was kind of a blind jump for me. Also, since the turbo nozzle does not have a startup and it is your default nozzle in this, the turbo nozzle of course has a lot more applications in this playthrough than it would usually have. Usually the turbo nozzle in the base game is more or less the stepchild of the game. Like, it's heavily underutilized, even though it's a great tool, I think. Ah, come on, let's get up there. Oh, come on. Nah, spin jump is not gonna cut it. Come on, you need to hold on, thank you. Those are those basic things that become much more complicated because you don't have hover nozzle. And we will see that a lot. Even though Pinna Park is probably one of the stages that has like the most amount of like moving platforms and stuff in the entire game, the turbo nozzle is not that important here. But still, it's gonna be very interesting. Ah, come on, where are the ships? I think they are doing the looping. Yeah, they did, I think. Nah, damn it. I think I should come from above. That should be much easier. Yeah, mirror mode also very interesting. I'm also used to mirror mode by now. But if you haven't played mirror mode, I figure that, at least for me, that was a very different experience. Like, it was very, very strange, to say the least. But I'm used to it now because I already did all of this, like I already mentioned, with mirror mode and New Game Plus. So I do know my way around. Also, I did not pick up the 100 coin shine yet, did I? Did I do that, or... Like, that's stuff you do much more subconsciously now, rather than consciously. So I'm actually not aware if I picked it up right now. In any case, let's try to get this shine, which is also very trivial, because the Ferris wheel is not on speed. But I think in general it's much more, like, this shine is never like very hard to get. Like, and yeah, another thing with Sūpā Mario Sunshine, while I'm at the topic, like, there are a lot of pathways the game intends you to go to do certain objectives, but because you have the hover nozzle, and if you do know how to perform certain jumps, like those intended pathways, basically. Now I did overshoot. That's bad because I die now. Nah, no, okay. But I did take 2 health units of health of damage, which is critical. Oh, lag again. Oh, that might be because I'm recording. I hope not, but I will try to figure that out with the lag there. That did happen already. In general, I need to check everything once I'm finished with this episode, because like, I haven't done test recordings. This is basically... No, I did not want to do that. I wanted to use the turbo nozzle. Never mind. But I took fall damage again. I think that was a pretty, like, low height, which means that you take fall damage much earlier. Also here, backflip. Now, dude, now I thought I was at the... Never mind. Now I thought I was at the turbo nozzle. One trick to avoid fall damage, if you bonk, Mario does not take fall damage, otherwise I think I would have died there if Mario didn't bonk there. Like, if he does this, you don't take fall damage. So that's some way to avoid fall damage. I think stomping, like in 64, also works. But, like, this, bonking is, like, my favorite way of avoiding fall damage. Okay, let's try this again. There's another thing I need to mention that is introduced by hover mode. Not by hover mode, mirror mode. Mirror mode also introduces a couple of like small bugs. For example, if I go into like the aim perspective here, you notice that the camera without me pressing anything, the camera like tilts upwards. That's something mirror mode does. And another thing mirror mode does is if you do a side flip, the camera is also different compared to like normal mode. Like it moves differently. That's stuff you probably don't notice if you haven't played the game a lot, but if you played the game a lot, then like those are things you will notice. That the camera is a little bit different. That makes aiming a little bit harder, but also not significantly harder. Good. And now let's try to get the shine up here. We need to use the Ferris wheel. And I think from there on we can try to do the 8 red coins here. Good. Also only 11 blue coins missing. Good, nice. That unlocks the mission for Yoshi at least, which is episode 4. Also, I need to look where do I want to jump. I think I do not want to jump right now. Need to get a better position here. What was that? Why did I fall off? Okay, thank you. Doesn't really matter. The bridge is not here, I'm just noticing. Why is the bridge not here? That is weird. Yeah, makes stuff more interesting, I guess. Because now I need to find another way to those like climbing grids there. Let's try this with the long jump. Yeah, okay, worked pretty perfectly actually. Okay, let's get rid of those turtle guys here, of those Koopas. Also nice thing, the numbers for the red coins are also mirrored. Like in general, the UI is not mirrored, as you can see, but some things are indeed mirrored, which is pretty funny. Okay, jumping over there would be possible. Let's get this blue coin. Nice, jump into the water because I don't want to take fall damage. Good. I guess while I'm here I could also quickly get the 100 coin shine. Like, and that's the stuff that makes Sunburn so great, that you can now combine all of this. Like, you just roam the levels, do stuff, and like it's a very nice and fluid experience this way. Oh, come on. Okay, need to do this. Okay, thank you, thank you. Bam. Also nice that Mario returns there. Good. I was gonna say the music is gone, but no. If the music is gone, that sounds a little bit different. Like, basically what happens, the music gets stuck on one note, and that sounds very awkward and awful. Oh, come on. Those pirate ships without hover nozzles are pretty annoying. Also, turbo nozzle is the only nozzle you can get in Pinna Park, with like New Game Plus. There are no other nozzles in this. Not even a rocket nozzle, which would be pretty handy. Normally in New Game Plus, instead of relying on the hover nozzle, you want to like rely on the rocket nozzle, because that still has like the overall properties of the hover nozzle, but worse basically. Nah. Oh, no. Yeah, backflip for the win. Good thing that a piece of metal there is not moving, that bar. Okay, careful now. I need to get on the other side because the blue coin is there. Okay, different thing then. Can I jump over there? No, not. Never mind. Maybe with Turbo Nozzle that would have worked. But yeah, not having Hover Nozzle also makes it much more interesting to just move around the levels. Makes you appreciate Mario's like core moveset more. If you ask me, at least. Especially with the added moves, that is like very smooth still, even without Hover Nozzle. Can I make it? Not like this. Dude, I'm messing up the nozzles that I have currently equipped. Come on, I want to jump over there. I overshoot? Not quite, never mind. Okay, I'm here. Yeah, Hover Nozzle, that would be easy to get on that, like, grid there, but I cannot go there without Hover Nozzle. I need to find a different way, because side flip does not make Mario hold onto those grids here. Like, you can see that here, if I side flip, he does not hold onto here. It needs to be a normal jump. Otherwise, Mario just refuses to grab onto that and hold onto that. Okay, can I land there without any complications? Let's see. Nice, okay. Allows me to grab this blue coin. Okay, now I need to make it over there. This is much harder than it looks. Okay, next swing the pirate ships will go around, I think. Yeah, but still a bad situation. I will probably... Nope. Nope. Okay, I'm here now. Okay, on the other one. I'm not sure if a long jump makes Mario hold onto here. No, so close. Okay, I need to wait for the next big swing here. Okay, should work. Nice, okay. And that's stuff you usually never do without, or with Hover Nozzle, because like going around would be like much different. Now, why did you not sidestep, Mario, you idiot? Because you had the Turbo Nozzle, does he not sidestep then? Oh, apparently not. You cannot go into sidestep mode with Turbo Nozzle. Weird. I wanted to sidestep there to strafe, because then Mario is slower and usually holds onto ledges. Oh, come on. Now I need to go up there again, which is annoying. Are the pirate ships any different now? Like, feels pretty weird. Oh, dude. Come on, you can already see the complications I have to go through without Hover Nozzle. Like, I want to stress that and will continue to stress that a lot, but like that's something that makes New Game Plus very exciting for me. Like, usually you are so reliant on the Hover Nozzle, you may not even notice it. Like, it's a very nice way of like having a different Super Mario Sunshine experience. That's another thing, you can also dive onto the grids here and Mario still holds on. Also, grid is not the real like term for that, but I do not know which the correct term would be right now. Okay, now we need to get the shine, and I guess then I try to do a different shine. Basically, no, I do not need to try to do a different shine, but I need to go into a different episode, because I need Yoshi. It's time I get Yoshi. For example, for... No, don't. Okay, thank you. For example, for the one over there, up there, I need Yoshi. Because of Yoshi's different, like, jumping properties. Nice. Okay, yeah, that one over there. I could try to do it like this. No, I won't. Never mind, don't take fall damage. Okay. Okay, we are leaving the park now, and we will select a different episode. That's funny. Basically, I'm doing 8 episodes in one episode. Episodeception here. I was wondering where are some of the blue coins, but I still need to get the coins here at the beach. First of all, let me take care of Monty again. I will get the sunflower shine now and the secret shine in the void level here. Hello, could you please throw? Instead of balancing that on your head. Thank you. Okay, that like disables the bullet builds, which makes all of this much easier. Because I don't run the risk of dying all of the time. Those guys here, I like their sound. Like that's like one of those sounds, game sounds that lives in my head rent-free for whatever reason. It sounds so strange. Also the sunflowers, of course, are also always... Yeah, the dick-loving flowers, of course, sunflowers. If you know where that comes from, kudos to you, I guess. Oh, I love a dick. Like, that's basically Sunshine's version of So Long, Gay Bowser. Also, what you want to do here, you want to activate the next Koopa, whatever that is, while the animation for the next sunflower plays. That basically makes everything a lot smoother. Also, you can see the coin counter again, because I was in the like episode select screen, and I still have the coins carry over. Another interesting thing is the coins in the level did respawn, which means if you do it correctly, you can also like get 999 coins in every stage now, which is also pretty funny, and maybe something for completionists. Okay, shine from the sunflower, appropriate. And Mario's the sunflower. Nice. Okay, now I need to get all the blue coins here. Basically shines here, because it's a blue shine here. Shine silhouette. Yeah, why? Guys, why? Why does Sunshine have those weird blue coins? Like spraying a random spot at the beach. Obviously, I'm gonna do that. The worst thing is that's not even the most absurd stuff in this game. There are much more absurd shines here. Blue coins, not shines. Also, I think I already missed one. There should be another one around here. Nah, come on. It might be within the sunflowers now. No? Okay. Ah, come on, I'm missing some blue coin here. Oh, there we go. Well, if I recall correctly, this beach has 2, but Sirena Beach has 3 of those. Oh, come on, could you please find deactivate that? Like those hitboxes for like graffiti and stuff is also sometimes so weird. Like, depending on what angle you spray it, like, it takes longer or is faster. Weird stuff going on. Okay, Yoshi isn't here yet, because you need to beat episode 4 for that. He is not here during episode 4. But once I enter the park, or enter the, like, episode select screen again, Yoshi should be here and ready to go. Which means we are doing this now. And afterwards we should be able to get Yoshi. Okay. Careful, I don't have the hover nozzle, so I need to be much more cautious here. But luckily I have other added benefits here. Okay, saved it. Careful, don't overextend here. Okay. Yeah, this is one of the easier red coin stars in this. Oh, I thought that would spell my doom, but luckily it did not. Even though this is one of the easier ones, the timing is still kinda strict, so that's something to keep in mind. There's no time to waste in the red coins missions, so look out for that. Okay, 8 shines already, which means we only have 3 left in this level. Should be possible. I'm not gonna risk that for the life. Okay. Nearly killed myself. Okay. Okay, now we have Yoshi, hopefully. Let's go to the Yoshi mission appropriately. Okay, Yoshi should be over there. But I also need a fruit for Yoshi. A durian could be good. But Yoshi wants a pear. Okay, he wants this pear, guys. In order to get fruits here in this section of, you know what, Pinna Park, you need to spray the beach here, and randomly some fruit appears. Obviously. Like, that's the Super Mario Sunshine logic in a nutshell. Like, you spray something and stuff happens. No, that's a coconut. Was it? I think I saw a coconut, never mind. Pears and coconuts always look pretty similar, if you ask me. Now that's a pineapple. And there are also a lot of coins here you can unlock just by spraying. Oh, come on. There we go. Nice. Okay, and we got Yoshi. There is a blue butterfly here, somewhere around here. Yeah, over there. Yoshi needs to eat it, and we get a blue coin. That is the only one, I think. There's a life. Yeah, that's the only blue one. Never mind, there's another one. I knew there are 2 ones here, of course. And the rest of the coins we will find inside Pinna Park itself. So, yeah, nice little appearance of Yoshi, but yeah, I think I already know which ones those are. I think I know. I think I know. Yeah, we need to get Yoshi again for all of the remaining blue coins here. Or at least Yoshi makes stuff easier. Yoshi wants a coconut. Where do I get a coconut here? Also, it's always a good advice in New Game Plus to restore health immediately, because the beeping starts once you lose 1 unit of health. That's very annoying. Do I get coconuts here? I think I do. You can already see the butterfly. Coconuts? Nope. Where do you get coconuts here? The trees here? No. If I cannot find a coconut, I can just reset the level. You don't have to go to a transition to reset the level. You can also go into the start menu and use Z and A and reset the area that way. That will also come in handy at certain parts of the game. Not here particularly, but later. It's just a pear. But where do I get a coconut? Seriously. Where do you get a coconut here? Coconut gun. Oh, maybe that tree. Let's see. Like, usually I think Yoshi wants a pineapple. Now, where's the coconut here? Dude. That's a banana, yeah. There we go. I like that the fruits are also some kind of like puzzle at times. That's another thing that makes more or less great use of the stage layouts in Sunshine, I think. Like, makes you more landmarks you need to remember. Okay, and we got Yoshi. Okay, I should get the butterfly first, but I'm already on a different way now. But yeah, you can see Yoshi's jump are much different. Especially the spin jump on Yoshi is very high and very floaty, which allows me to reach certain areas Mario would struggle to get with the given circumstances. Never mind, we're going to get the butterfly because I cannot jump. Also, there should be still an M here, yeah, and the other one. Okay, we know where all the coins are, that's good. Okay, next up butterfly and then the one high up. Look at those jump Yoshi can do. Nice. Actually Yoshi in this New Game Plus mode, Yoshi is a huge asset. Oh, it's starting to lag again. I don't like that. If that continues, I need to look into that. Maybe a Dolphin with 200 CPU speed does not like OBS. I don't know. But yeah, what I was saying. Yoshi in the base game is basically more of a hindrance than a power-up. like in all other Mario games, Yoshi is like an asset to Mario, but in this, Yoshi is a huge hindrance, if you ask me. Could you please stop lagging? Come on. Like, that's super weird. That does not happen that did not happen during my test playthrough, so I wonder what the issue here is. And it must be OBS, because that's something that is usually not part of all of this. Or at least in my test runs. We want to go over here, then we want to go up here. I think we can just... Nah, come on. Yeah, we do this, and we are up here. Nice, okay. And that was the last blue coin, perfect. Now we just need to get the shines. Also, did I already mention... Yoshi, when you are on Yoshi, you do not take fall damage, which also makes Yoshi pretty great. Yeah, in the base game, Yoshi is a hindrance, because, like, he disables a lot of moves Mario usually has. Those moves are... and you do not lose that much if you don't have the hover nozzle, so in this it's pretty great. Yoshi is pretty great. And he has also other benefits that, like, are very useful with the other things I have activated. Also here, long jump at work again. Very nice. Long jump is also such a nice addition. You can also, if you had access to the hover nozzle, you could also like combine that with the hover nozzle and get like some super wide distance. That was a little bit too early. To go back and wait a little bit more. Like do this. Then we jump over here. Do I want to be cocky? Actually, no. Don't think that will work. I wanted to use wall kicks to go up there, but I think that would spell disaster, so how about no? Come on, but I am gonna use it here. Nice, okay. Like, Super Mario Sunshine's controls in general are super good. Like, the game plays so smoothly. Also, we are at the brink of getting 200 coins, by the way. Very nice. Something you never see in Sunshine, in base Sunshine. That's pretty nice. Okay, and get out of here again. Oh yeah, Shadow Mario is also a thing. Shadow Mario, that's our first Shadow Mario. And I also think the episode would be slightly longer because I also did like the Delfino airstrip and the whole introduction where I explained all these settings, so I think this will be a little bit longer, but the other episodes should fall into the 1 hour like scheme. Okay, our first Shadow Mario. Do you know the trick about Shadow Mario? Also health bar. Shadow Mario has a health bar now. But yeah, do you know the trick about Shadow Mario? Shadow Mario takes damage when you spray water where he stands. Like, if you spray directly through him, he does not take damage. So instead, you want to find the perfect distance where you spray the floor where Shadow Mario stands on, while keeping like the perfect distance, basically. You want to spray the floor where Shadow Mario is standing on. Like spraying through him or anywhere else does not hurt him, and I'm doing a terrible job right now because usually this Shadow Mario shouldn't be so hard. But for whatever reason I'm struggling right now. Oh, come on. Like, this is much better here. That also makes certain Shadow Marios easier than other ones. Oh, come on. Also, the white spray is also always a good option to damage him. That took way too long. He even took a full round. That's, like, not very good. But yeah, certain Shadow Marios are easier because if Shadow Mario is on a flat plane, you have a much easier job spraying the floor where he stands. And like other stages, like Noki Bay, Shadow Mario is much harder to defeat because there are so many platforms and you need to spray more precisely. Which is not very nice. Banana, okay, we can get a banana for Yoshi. Ooh, banana, guys. Over here. No, Mario, no. Small mistakes are also much more unforgiving now because you don't have Hover Nozzle. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Nice, thank you. I think you need specifically a pineapple for this, because otherwise Yoshi does not have the right color to substitute the missing Yoshi here. Yum. Yum. Yeah, so far this was pretty smoothly. I'm happy with how the first episode turned out. I mean, there are still 2 shines we need to get, but I can also like review everything a little bit already. I think you can already tell that Sūpā Mario Sunburn does introduce a lot of changes, and a lot of the stuff here is like very different compared to normal Sunshine. But I think it's interesting and definitely worth showing off. Makes the game a whole different experience in my opinion. If that's better, you have to decide. There are certainly some things that like feel like weird if you are used to like base Mario Sunshine. I think a common critique I have heard, or at least one critique I have heard of this mod is that given the like more open nature of things, the progression inside the levels is completely all over the place, which makes sense. But if you play this for your second playthrough or so, then that doesn't matter too much in my opinion. But I can see that it is a little bit off-putting if like the entire like progression is off, especially since Sunshine does make a much greater effort like introducing continuity to the stages, which is completely screwed over by like being able to do everything in any given order, basically. Okay. Take the fall damage like a man, Mario. Nice, okay, this one. Now that is too far away. Yeah, only that one up there and we should be good. That was not high enough. Oh, come on, I'm missing it. Oh, that's gonna be close now. Okay, never mind. But I could already hear the ticking. That was close because I was mid-jump, mid-side flip. Okay, nice. Dude, the a cappella version of the main Sūpā Mario theme is so good here, right? Nice, okay, only leaves one mission here, which is episode 8, Roller Coaster Balloons, and then we are done with Pinna Park. I think that was like a whole like hour then, Pinna Park itself at least. So yeah, pretty good. Also another thing, if you use your turbo nozzle to get into a zone transition, listen to this. Nice. Yeah, that's something that happens. Oh, this guy's not having a good day. Did you hear that? There was something weird going on. Oh, do you hear that? The music for the carousel is broken. Nice. We should call the, like, park security or so and inform them about the issue. But yeah, that's what I meant by saying that like 60 FPS sometimes destroys the soundtrack. Like that happens on occasion, and it can affect everything, even those like oh come on, even those like small tunes that only play throughout certain occasions in a stage or so. Can happen with the main music and like everything else basically. But yeah, now let's do the balloons. I have 211 coins, wow. Okay, this is normally not too difficult. You just need to aim. Yeah, good example, good. You have 3 rounds, I need to pop all 20 balloons here. Nice, the double. I think I missed one. Also, why do those guys have Bowser Jr. balloons here? Like, very weird. What is the conspiracy here? Yeah, those. Aiming here is always pretty tricky because usually you tend to aim higher than like it looks like. Like it's very weird. Yeah, like that. Nice. Okay, halfway done. I can get those both, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, look how high that goes, even though it does not look like it. That was way too high. Yeah, the fact that I hit something nice. The fact that you also go all over the place here during the roller coaster ride itself also makes it more difficult, of course. I'm missing a lot. That's not good. Come on, I can do better than that. Yeah, okay. And the hitbox at least is pretty forgiving, so nice double. I still hit one, nice. That should hit, yeah, pretty good. Maybe that hits, looks good. Yeah, I hit one, and like this one is still missing, but I think I should get it. Now overshoot, but this one should get it. Nice, okay. That's how we do it in 2 rounds. I still would have a full round there, but yeah, that is pretty easy, and that's Pinna Park done. Nice. Good. Yeah, I think we should be done here. Also, another thing I should mention, since the mod makes it so that either the L or the Z button is like the long jump button now and backflip button here. And because of that, the overview map is on the digipad now. So here, yeah, we got 30 blue coins. That's good. We also got all the shines here, 2 secret shines, normal shines, and 100 coin shine. So we're done with Pinna Park. Next time we go someplace else. I will not say you where, but we will not go to Bianco Hills next time either, so look forward to that. Like, which of those stages will it be? Will it be Sirena Beach, will it Gelato Beach, or will it be Rico Harbor? be excited for the next time in Super Mario Sunshine, I guess. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching, and I hope you could already see that like this mod, it does some like very interesting stuff with Super Mario Sunshine, which I really wanted to show off. So yeah, we are here now, and I hope we are here again next time. So yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, take care and goodbye.